that this is the fastest it can go. And putting it side by side with the previous government, you will know that it's even on the fast lane. Look, putting it side by side with Obasanjo's government. Obasanjo increased fuel. We were in the street severally. I took part in all the protests that about oil from democracy from till date, to Jonathan's time. So, but to God be the glory, this time around, he has been able to locomote around those problems. So I said putting side by side, it's moving. It's moving gradually. And that's what you must know, that I have looked at this government. Can it run faster than this? And as analysts, as people in the media, and that's the education we have to keep giving to people, that, see, this is my car, and my car cannot go beyond, not because I cannot drive faster, but we can't not drive it faster than this.
Okay.
And that's my message to you.
Okay. Ajuri has a question for you from Abuja. Ajuri, okay. Go ahead, please.
Mr. Olokoba, you know, one of the things that we've heard Vice President Yemi Osinbajo say in recent times is that the APC is a revolutionary party, if you will. That, you know, they have to, I think he used the example that they're trying to fix the engine while the car is still running, something to that effect. Now, we know that during the time of the 2015 election campaigns, a lot of very massive promises were made. You know, there was a lot of kind of citing of what the former administration had done and what they didn't do, etc., and that this was going to be something that they were going to come in and revolutionize Nigeria. My question to you is very concise. Did the APC, intentionally or unintentionally, overpromise and now underdeliver?
The manifesto of OPC, I read it through and through every day. And by my own assessment, they have done well. Can we begin to pick sectors by sectors? Look at the security situation in the country. We know very well that this time, 2, 3, 4 years ago, we know what it was, a bloody Christmas that we have always been having in the last 5, 6 years. And this year, it was not like that. That's not a pass mark. That's excellent. Then you look at the economy itself, because that's the hub of the whole thing we are discussing about. The genesis of how we enter into where we got ourselves today and repairing it is very technical. And in understanding it, we have to also factor our mind along that line. We run an economy that is dollar-based economy. Where you get the money to run your economy is when you have dollar. If it is the currency of intervention, there's no dollar anywhere except you sell fuel. And for you to make Nigeria understand that you need dollar to run this economy, it takes a lot of explanation. Nigerians don't want to listen to why dollar kept increasing. It's an average analysis that you must also understand. So if you look at the economy, it's managing the economy in such a way that it will not run us into crisis. We cannot introduce certain things into the economy. Now, you must know that. So for the economy, people say that Kemi Adeosun, they are not expert economy. We are a peculiar people. You cannot, any country in the world that just came out of what you are coming through. We know very, very well that you have to pass through this. I knew before I voted Buhari that this is going to be torturous, it's going to be challenging, and I was ready for the sacrifice. So the trust I have in the government is that the best policy, economic policy, is what they are put in place. And I know that's going to work. And even, let's go beyond that, whether it's going to work or not. Even if it doesn't work, it is not a crime if experiment fails. Because we are in it together. Nobody is a magician. God is the only person that performs an experiment that does not fail. So if experiment fails, what you need, it took China several years. Japan took shortcut. The agenda of the Igbo people, I subscribe to and I solidarize with them. But if you come up to say that the country is a zoo, you will be arrested. There's no question about that. There's no nation in the world that can tolerate such thing. So for other people to say that they don't want to be part of Nigeria again, I've said it also in the past, that I don't like Nigeria again. I begin to rekindle my hope in Nigeria with the emergence of Buhari. When Jonathan was there, I met Jonathan severally. I told him that if you don't restructure Nigeria, Nigeria cannot move forward.
Mr. Razak,
that's the truth. So there's no crime in saying that I want to leave Nigeria.
Mr. Razak,
they cannot be arrested for that. You cannot blame the president for not arresting them.
I know how passionate you are about this government, so but that's where we're going to have to leave it. Razak Olokoba, public affairs analyst, thank you so much indeed for sharing more light on these very important issues that we face in the country today, including Mr. President's documentary to show the lighter side of him. We'll be back after these messages. Join us again.